Well, it sure has been a long time since I've done one of these, hasn't it? Hey everyone, John here, and welcome back to Must See Episodes, where I talk about great TV episodes that you should check out. So, Girl Meets World is officially over, as I talked about in my vlog a couple weeks ago, or like a week ago, whatever. So I figured this was as good a time as any to talk about my favorite episode of the series, which coincidentally happened to air one episode after the last episode I reviewed in this, must-see episode series, that being Girl Meets the Forgotten. Alright, so let's get to it. This is the Season 1 episode, Girl Meets Flaws. Okay, so this episode starts off with father/teacher Corey announcing to his class the winners of the annual Student Awards. And for a show that actually has humor that can be, pretty hit and miss at times, the jokes in this scene here are actually really funny.
Maya will be receiving the Griff Hawkins Totally Cool Award.
Maya, you just found out you won the Totally Cool Award, yet you just sit there? Oh, you're being cool. Why won't you rub off on me?
Okay, so next Corey announces the two finalists for the Star Athlete Award. One is Rory's friend/love interest, Lucas, and another is a kid named Billy Ross. And then Corey announces the winner of the Confidence Award, who turns out to be Riley's other male friend, Farkle. But as it turns out, Farkle isn't in the room.
Farkle can't come to his desk right now. If you have a question for Farkle, say 1. A comment, say 2. Billing questions, 3.
Okay, I promise there aren't that many silly jokes like that in this episode. In fact, this episode is actually one of the more dramatic of the entire series. So after Corey's done announcing all the awards, Riley goes to her father, Corey, and says to him, hey, why didn't I get an award? She's upset about this. And, it's actually not as simple a conflict as it sounds. And, I can actually relate to this, the idea of, feeling like you need an award or something like that to feel good about yourself. Sometimes, it's nice to have a little reminder about that sort of thing, So in the next scene, we find out that Farkle is actually hiding in the janitor's closet. The gang finds him there, and he just refuses to come out and come to class. And then a little later, we cut back to Corey in the class with the students, where he's giving them a little bit of good old-fashioned education.
Sometimes the world presents you with opportunities to show who you really are. Will you have the courage to stand up to someone who tries to take your spirit away?
So after hearing this speech, Riley decides to go confront Farkle in the janitor's closet. And then he finally confesses her that someone's been bullying him, like really badly. And, we get a very sad little scene from this. And here's the thing, this isn't the only time that the show deals with the theme of bullying. And, whenever it does, it can actually make for some of the best episodes of the series. So it turns out that this bully is really having a negative impact on Farkle's self-esteem. And I can actually relate to that a lot. I've been bullied when I was younger, and I know what it's like to, have a bully that really kind of makes you feel down about yourself like that. It's the kind of thing that can be hard to ignore, but, it can really hurt you if you let it. And for me personally, it got easier for me when I was older. And, the only advice I can really give about that sort of thing is that just try not to worry about what jerks like that think about you. Just, worry about what those who care about you think about you. And, even more importantly, perhaps, what you think about yourself. So after a little while of trying to figure this out, the gang finally finds out who's the one who's been bullying Farkle. And this is actually a pretty dramatic scene, it's really a scene where, stuff gets pretty real. And, we also get this nice little speech from Lucas in this scene where he basically explains what, his friends mean to him. It's very nice. So then we get the big emotional climactic scene of the episode. I'm not going to talk about too much what it is, but yeah, this is the scene that basically made the episode great for me. And it gets into kind of the, the theme of the episode, the titular theme, that is flaws, and how to deal with them. It actually kind of gets into the overall theme of the series that at the time hadn't even really been introduced yet, which is people change people. So the characters all get together here and discuss the flaws that they have. I personally relate to Riley's quite a bit, but they basically talk about how it's important to be able to recognize your own flaws so you can own them and so you can try to work on them, get the help from others around you, that sort of thing. And keep in mind, this isn't about trying to, hate on yourself or feel down about yourself or trying to become somebody completely different. It's just about trying to become a better version of yourself, or as the old saying goes, be the best you that you can be. Now, I personally struggle with this sort of stuff a lot, as I'm sure a lot of people do. I often kind of am struggling internally with this whole idea of trying to find the right balance between being able to recognize and try to work on your own flaws without kind of feeling too down on yourself, too bad about yourself. And it's the kind of thing that can be really hard. I mean, I don't totally have the answer about, like how to do it, but, you just have to kind of recognize that, you're probably not a bad person. You're just an imperfect human being, and that's okay. You just have to, like the episode says, try to work on your flaws, recognize them. I mean, I struggle a lot with things like my social skills, for instance. I have trouble with making new friends, interacting with others, even just having simple conversations and opening up to people can be really hard. It's something I struggled a lot more when I was younger, and I've actually gotten a lot better with it over the past few years. Just trying to be more open and, just, trying to come out of my shell a little bit more. So it can happen. You can get better at certain things that you struggle with. You can become that better version of yourself. It just takes a little time. I mean, so I'm going to try to keep working on myself, look at my flaws, try to work on them. And, I just suggest you all try to do the same. And maybe someday you'll be, more the person you want to be. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.